Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about this group called Fit and Fat, and also called the No BS Women, and I'm going to kind of just explain my journey with them. So I'm beginning my kind of where I am now, just the journey that I've been on with them, and I'm going to kind of go into some detail about why I struggle with food and my childhood. We're gonna explore kind of our week challenge, and I'm gonna kind of go through like what I'm excited about for it, and I'm just gonna talk about getting ready for it. So yeah, so we're gonna get into it. Hi, my name's Lauren. I'm gonna kind of introduce myself a little more in this video because I am gonna post this on the forum. But my name is Lauren. I'm from Auburn, Alabama, and I'm currently a college student at Auburn University. I'm a cancer survivor at 19 years old, and I was diagnosed with papillary thyroid cancer at 17. And so I'm about 3 or 4 months into remission. My cancer battle was extremely hard and extremely unique. Quick recap on it. So my thyroid was definitely oversized and fluffy, as my doctor likes to call it. And they ended up doing a full thyroidectomy, and when they got in there, they found tumors. They found 20 tumors in the first surgery, and then they found 9 tumors in the second surgery. So, can I help you? And so, my cat's sitting down here with me. And so I've had an interesting experience. I've had 2 surgeries for it. Normally, my mom had it. And so, normally you just go through the first surgery, you get the thyroidectomy. Sometimes you'll have lymph nodes, like a couple of lymph nodes that are bigger than normal. So like 1 to 2 centimeters is not average. It's not, hey, stop it. Why are you being an asshole? Anyway, and so, you better not move my camera. I worked very hard to get it in the correct position. She's standing on top of the chair, which is, I have my camera, when I sit on the couch and film, I prop my camera up because I don't have a big tripod. Oh my God, not both of my cats are up on the, okay. I prop my phone up on my chair because it's like the perfect height. And so that's a thing, and my cats love this chair, and so they always like get on it and play on it, and I'm like stressed out about it right now. I might have to put them up so I can film in peace. Anyway, so my mom had the average case. My mom had a little bit of issues, does have a little bit of issues with her parathyroids, which kind of help with the calcium regulation in your body. And so she takes calcium every day and her thyroid medication, and she's good to go. Me, however, I actually take 2 thyroid medications, which isn't super uncommon. There's a lot of women that take T4 and T3. And honestly, I could make a whole video on what I know about thyroids. I'm not a doctor. Do not refer to your doctor always. This is just my experience and what I've learned. But so not every woman takes T3 and T4. My mom just takes T4. I take both. We both take Brazil nuts every day, which has selenium, which is great for helping your body convert T4 to T3. And so I also take 3 times the amount of calcium my mom does, because my body just didn't respond well to the surgery, and so I have absolutely 0 functioning parathyroids, and so my body does not make its own calcium, does not process its own calcium at all. I have to give it its calcium, and I have to give it its absorber for its calcium. And so that's a thing for me. And then I also, when I got radiation, had a lot of issues with my salivary glands, and so I really don't produce saliva very well, and so it's caused like cavities, and it's caused like some acid reflux. It makes it really, really hard on days where I just don't make saliva. Makes my cheeks swell because my saliva glands fill up with saliva, but I can't push it out almost, if that makes sense. So have a lot of lymphatic drainage, so I use a gua sha on my face and neck, and just to help kind of get my lymphatic system moving and help like the swelling go down that I have in the morning. But other than that, that is kind of my symptoms, where I'm at. And then I also had weight gain. Now, I really have very, very little memory of when I was in active treatment. Part of it, I'm sure, is my body, like, you know, I do have PTSD from it, and so part of it is my body shutting it out and trying to not remember it, and part of it is that I genuinely struggle with my memory because of my thyroid, and so I don't remember what I ate, and I don't remember how much I ate, and I only remember being really sad and depressed and not wanting to be alive. Those are the only things that I remember from being sick, and I'm still sick, but, you know, ultimate mad cancer sick. And so it's confusing and hard for me that I am still overweight, because now I'm eating differently, obviously, because I'm joining BS Women soon. I'm very excited when we open up after this next week. I'm joining, and I'm very, very excited. So that's awesome. That's kind of a spoiler alert, but anyway, so I guess let's dive into how long I've been kind of following Corinne and all of that good stuff. So my mentor back in the day, probably in 2018, introduced me to Corinne, and I was like, well, not to Corinne, but to their podcasts. And so I think it's Corinne and Kathy, right? Am I wrong? I don't even know. See, this is like the memory thing. Like, how do I not know the other girl's name when I've been listening to her podcast for 3 years? Anyway, so I've been listening to her podcast, working through her podcast, and I have learned a lot from that. I remember, like, some of my first takeaways were like putting my fork down between each bite, leaving food, just fixing that relationship with food and focusing on that. Putting her, like, was she really stressed in the beginning? Like, putting food into bowls, like putting your ice cream into bowls. So, like, the other day, I wanted an entire pint of ice cream. Like, I wanted the entire pint, the entire Ben & Jerry's, a little pint. Like, I wanted the whole thing. And I planned to have ice cream. I didn't plan how much. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put this pint in a bowl, and I'm going to eat what I want out of this bowl. I didn't even manage half of the pint. Like, I was full, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I looked down, and I'm like, well, there's still half a fucking pint in here. Like, why did I even put it? Why did I not just portion half the pint? And so there's these like I don't really know what my mind was thinking, that I wanted that, like, emotionally I wanted that entire pint, but in reality I somehow clicked into my, like, when I was full, and I got full and stopped eating. And even though I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll eat the whole thing if that's what I want, I still controlled myself and stopped and left food on my plate. That's like something that she's been really pushing for recently. And in the pop-up group that I've been a part of with the week-long free course. And so this happened a week before the free course popped up. So this was just kind of like a revelation that I had. Not saying I jumped the gun, just saying that that is what happened. And so I, like, that's where I'm at, basically. And so this week, my goals are to, learn about food, learn about expressing my thoughts with food better, and to understand my cravings better, and to control my cravings more. Not to not have them, but to understand them so that I cannot binge and just eat until I'm satisfied. I guess a little bit more background on me. Sorry, this is a very chaotic video. A little more background on me. I was diagnosed with binge eating disorder, and I actually overcame that disorder a year ago. So woo, yay. I successfully went through therapy and worked with a gastrotherapist. She works with people that have stomach issues, and so she worked through that. So she worked through that with me, and I graduated, and it was great. And I've had little like spurts of issues, but it really isn't me sitting down and binging. It's me eating until I'm over full, if that makes sense. So I will go and buy junk food, specifically buy junk food, and I stop when I'm full. So it's hard for my brain to kind of wrap around, is that binging, is that not binging, am I just going off plan, that kind of stuff. And so I want to kind of explore that more and just see if there's any other women out there that feel that way. I also really, really want to meet and get to know some of the coaches, because I actually want to one day work with Corinne, if at all possible. So I am a dietetics major at Auburn University, and I'm minoring in psychology, and both of those things go beautifully hand in hand. And this program is exactly what I want to do with my life. It's making me tear up. I am so sorry. I'm going to try not to cry. I have been struggling with my weight since I was 9 years old. I was extremely mildly salsa overweight, like mild salsa, like the salsa that is not spicy but is claimed to be mild overweight. Like I mean, atrocious that my father was so hard on me, because I was not fat, and he definitely made me feel that way about myself. And so I digress. I've been struggling with weight loss for a long time, and I think Corinne and I have that in common, and I think a lot of women in the group have that in common with me. And so I'm kind of also wanting to like network and explore, like, is this really what I want to do with my life? Is this really something I'm passionate about? I kind of already know the answer, but and so I really, I want to get to know women well, and I want to build this connection with women and help them through their lives, right? And so like their food lives. And I want to be a registered dietitian. That way I can give true nutritious facts and real food tips. And I feel like that'll add that extra certification on me being able to teach women, which is great. And I don't know much about the actual group. So I'm, of course, curious, and I want to see my dream job in action, and I want to be able to be coached and learn and become a better person while also learning about, is this really what I want to do with my life? Is this just this, this is my dream, right? And so, part of me joining the group is to get experience and to learn about what it means to be a coach and what it means to be a mentor. And then part of it also is me on my own weight loss journey, and that's most of it. Most of it is me wanting to lose weight and mend my relationship with food. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Otherwise, I am just waiting for it to open and kind of collecting the money so that I can afford for it to open. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna hang out, and hopefully this week goes well for me. And so what you should see is this video post on Saturday morning, and then on my YouTube channel. If you're in the Facebook group watching this video, it's gonna post on my YouTube channel, which will be linked below. I have some other videos. None of them are on nutrition. Most of them are me just talking about my day or that kind of stuff. So this is a new thing for my YouTube channel. And then my other thing is I'm going to make a week-long YouTube series where I basically just go to the live streams, watch them, boom, take notes, and make a video about it. And just sit down in front of the camera and be like, hey, this is what I learned today. This is what I'm gonna work on. This is what my food plan is. I followed my food plan yesterday. It went great. I didn't follow my food plan. This is what happened. This is what I journaled about. So it's basically gonna be me deep diving into my own relationship with food and my own relationship with BS No Women, or No BS Women group. And so you're going to see a week of that in one video. And so it's probably going to be longer because I'm going to have, you know, so much footage. And so I might end up breaking it up into 2 videos. We're just going to kind of have to see. That's what I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll have a great day. The link for the Fit and Fat No BS Women 411 is going to be in the description. Click on that. Sign up for the free course. She's helped thousands of women. She, being Corinne, has helped thousands of women all around the world, and she would love to have you be a part of her group. Otherwise, I will also be posting the free course Facebook link so that you can join that as well if you want to participate in that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Stay safe and stay gorgeous.